So as we come to this Good Friday, we come to what is the precipice of the climax of human history, the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. And as we think about that reality, what we lean into is why in the world would something so horrific be called good? Why would we call this thing Good Friday? We call it Good Friday not because of what has happened, but not necessarily what has happened in the history of the event, but what has been accomplished through the event. It's been said more times than you can count by countless pastors all over the world, over and over again throughout modern history, that you can't have Sunday without Friday, that you don't have a resurrection if you don't have a death and crucifixion, and that's what makes it good. But it's good beyond even the bigger picture than that. It's good because of what it fulfills. In Jesus going to the cross and dying a sinner's death, he fulfills a very important prophecy in Isaiah chapter 53, starting at verse 5. But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace, and with his wounds we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. That's what makes Good Friday so good, is that God condescends to send his Son to die a sinner's death in order that we might have peace. You know, when you think about the reality of a very important question on this Good Friday, who killed Jesus? It's a question that takes some thought, and from some different trajectories, you could come up with some different answers. Historically, easily the historical answer is to be able to say that a combination of Jewish and Roman people killed Jesus. If you want to take it to a highly theological level, you could say, quite frankly, that it is God himself who killed Jesus because of this prophecy that we see in this passage. But if we take it down to the practical level, if we take it down to the root of why Jesus is on the cross, who killed Jesus? We did. You did. I did. Without sin, there is no necessity for the Son of Man to go onto the cross. And as such, with every pounding of the nail, with every lash that he received, with every drop of blood that was spilled on the ground, every single one of those horrific things represents a sin that you or I or somebody in the world committed, for which Jesus had to die. That is the weight of sin, and it is also the weight of Good Friday, but it is also the goodness of Good Friday, because in the goodness of God, he takes his Son and he puts him on a cross in order that we might have peace, that he might be, even though we are sheep that go astray, that he might take upon himself the iniquity of us all. And in all of that, by the foreordained plan of God, as Father and Son and Holy Spirit are together in oneness, in the community of the Trinity, 3 in 1, on the cross, as Jesus goes to die, Jesus experiences the physical death, but the triune God is there present and together, fulfilling the foreordained plan of God. There is no mystery, there is no loss for them, because they know that what they have ordained and planned to do is being carried out, and in that they ultimately will be victorious. That is the goodness for us of Good Friday. So would you consider that today in your Good Friday celebrations, how you might consider your role, but Jesus' role, and thanks be to him that he is willing to take on himself the iniquity of us all.